Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, in this episode, I want to discuss a few things, and I've noticed this over the app, and I decided on my own that I want to discuss a few basic things that I would like to see many individuals stop doing. Okay, because there are tons of daily habits that we engage in that are not good for us, such as smoking, drinking alcohol, poor diet where we're putting on a lot of weight. There's so many things out there that we do on a regular basis that's bad for us. You know, we tend to eat the wrong things. We don't get enough sleep. There's a whole list of things. But I just want to go over a few basic things that we should look to stop doing. And some of them, I've stated in past episodes. But sometimes you have to keep saying certain things, and then it'll sink in to certain minds, and they'll say, you know what, let me just stop this because, I'm listening to Dr. Lott, and I'm just hearing this over and over that I should stop it, and maybe I'll try it, and maybe some of my problems will go away health-wise that you're experiencing. But one thing you definitely want to do, if you're not already doing, is see a physician on an annual basis for regular checkups, blood work, urinalysis, and things. Go over a few things with a physician. They may, give you some good advice, but definitely make acupuncture a regular part of your life. Super important. But you know what else? One of my main things, and I've discussed this over and over, and I won't stop discussing it because it's super important, and that's poor sleep hygiene. All right? You want to optimize both your sleep quality as well as your sleep quantity. You want to get the appropriate amount of hours, but good hours. I'd say my safe number is around 7 good, solid hours of sleep. Now, even when I see patients, and I understand this, as we age, we'll get up in the middle of the night and we'll use the bathroom and we'll go lay back down. And a lot will say, yeah, I went right back to sleep, but you've lost that phase of deep sleep. So the key is just what's waking you up? More times than not, individuals have to urinate. And now let's talk about water. When was your last glass of water before bedtime? And more times than not, it's a little too close to bedtime where you're going to wake up. So you want to consider, let's say if you've had your last glass of water 1 hour before bedtime, maybe you want to push it back to 2 and see if you still have to get up. That's one thing to consider, because again, it's about optimizing both sleep quality and quantity. And you want to leave everything on the table before going to sleep. Understand something. Insomnia has become a pandemic that's not even on the radar. No one talks about it. But many individuals are taking so much to bed with them They have a lot on their mind. They're stressed out. They're spiritually disconnected from life. And these mental and emotional disorders are creating physical ailments. And this is why I say see an acupuncturist. Regular wellness visits. You'll notice a change in your sleep. The quality of your sleep. All right? Because insomnia is a huge, huge problem that needs to be addressed. And you have those out there globally that are being proactive and seeing acupuncturists to deal with this issue. But understand something. What else is it? What else plays into it is your exposure to light late at night or late into the day, especially blue light. You ever notice your laptop, tablet, cell phone, smart TVs have this blue light to it? Yeah, not good. Because that light is what prevents melatonin from being released. And for those that are unaware, melatonin is a crucial hormone that controls your body's internal clock. So you want to limit exposure to this blue lights on your TV, smart TV, your smartphone, your tablets. You want to try and cut that off around 2 hours before bedtime. And I know you're looking at me like, all right, how does that happen? Just turn it off. Read a book. Meditate. Listen to some calming, I won't even say music necessarily, but just ocean waves. You could program that on whatever sound, radio, whatever you have available to you. Just ask Alexa if you're into this. Hey, Alexa, play this. Ask Alexa to play ocean waves. But this is important. And your phones also have a blue light filter on it. And if it doesn't, just download the app for it, but it has a blue light filter. But when you lie down, you want to make sure that your bedroom or the room that you're in is dark all night. You want as little noise as possible. And you want that room to be as cool as possible. You want your body temperature to go down. It's important. But another basic thing that I recommend, and many of you are going to get upset. And you know me, I don't care. Get upset all you want. Is your consumption of white flour, because it wreaks havoc on your metabolism, your digestive system. It increases inflammation and it makes it hard for you to lose weight. So guess what you want to do? You want to put the bagels down, leave it alone. The morning rolls and breads, especially the white bread, leave it alone. Pizza, cookies, that's all junk food. White pasta. And white flour, believe it or not, many individuals don't realize it can be just as addictive as cocaine. And many individuals are unaware of that. All right? It can be just as addictive as cocaine. You see, because when you eat these bagels and a loaf of bread or a roll or whatever, a croissant, as it's passing through your digestive system, it's becoming pasty. So it's going to be hard for you to eliminate that. And this paste tends to feed the microbes that are in your gut, that's heavily associated with inflammation and insulin resistance. And also white flour can raise bad cholesterol faster than eating cholesterol itself. I know it's hard, but we have to lose the croissants and the bagels and the rolls, the bread. Just let's try and get that out of our lives. There's healthy alternatives. See an acupuncturist. There are definitely healthy alternatives. And in seeing an acupuncturist, they'd study your constitution, enlighten you of your deficiencies and what may be best for you. But guess what else? Many of us are not getting enough of, and we have to increase it in our lives, and that's we're not consuming enough healthy fat. And I discuss this a lot, even with patients. They'll notice that they have poor skin and they have a weakened immune system and poor absorption of certain vitamins, and they're constantly faced with brain fog and memory problems. This is due to not consuming enough fat. And these nutritionists and many out there, I take that back. I don't want to talk bad about any aspect of healthcare because it has its purpose. I don't look down on any aspect of it. But fats have been made to look really, really bad over the past century. But I've said this in the past. Fats are necessary because it's critical in sending important chemical messages to keep down inflammation as well as keeping your cells healthy. It's important for that. And you see, omega-3 fatty acids have the ability to improve mild memory loss, depressions or symptoms of depression, and so forth. And I know some of you may want to ask, what's a good food source an acupuncturist may recommend when it comes to healthy fats? One is my favorite fruit, and that's avocados. Because avocados is great, and acupuncturists understand it's great for your large intestine, your liver, your lungs, for the most part. Because avocado works as like a blood and yin tonic. It tends to harmonize the liver, it lubricates the lungs as well as the large intestine. And these are things you're going to learn from seeing an acupuncturist and undergoing an Eastern nutrition consultation session. So don't be afraid of healthy fats. Now, you know what else may shock you? Is not eating enough organic sea salt. Not table salt. I'm talking about sea salt. Leave the table salt alone. Because not getting enough salt, quality sea salt, can lead to numerous negative health effects, such as, let's say, one being insulin resistance. The others I'll let an acupuncturist discuss with you. But you need sodium. because it's a critical electrolyte. But leave the table salt alone. But sodium is you want to focus on sea salt. Sodium is critical for a person to remain hydrated. But you don't want to overdo it. Because not getting enough quality sea salt or salt in your life, and I'm going to stick with saying sea salt, can be tied to, let's say, increased risks of death in people with heart disease, heart failure, and so forth. That's why I say it's important you sit with an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits throughout the year. It can be once a week, once every other week, once a month, once at the beginning of every season. You and your acupuncturist would determine that. Why? Because an acupuncturist fully understands that health is wealth. We understand that the wealth is not in an app on your phone, it's not in a cryptocurrency account. The wealth is not in the bank, it's not in a safe. We also understand that the wealth is not in your pocket, it's not in your purse, nor is it in your wallet. It's definitely not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's not under the mattress or in the shoebox in the closet. The wealth is in you. But including sea salt in your life is super important, in your diet rather. You see, this type of salt is great is understood by an acupuncturist. It's great for your kidneys and your spleen. And of course it adds flavor, but it also enhances digestion and it replaces important minerals. This is all well understood by an acupuncturist. And it's important that you add sea salt, replace table salt with sea salt, and add a little more sea salt in your diet. But see an acupuncturist to discuss this. And you know what else many of us acupuncturists are noticing is that many of you are not including the right amount of fiber. You're not getting enough fiber in your diet. You don't have enough. You see, a low fiber diet does more than just like make you constipated where it's hard to move your bowels, so you'll skip days. But having enough fiber in your diet tends to control the release of insulin in a way that minimizes inflammation. And it can even make it easier for you to lose weight. And there are certain types of fiber out there that feed gut microbiome, where it then converts into fat to protect the gut wall, as well as it helps control blood sugar. So you want to get somewhere in the ballpark of about 35 grams of fiber a day, and drink lots of water, please. I can't stress this enough. And your good sources of fiber is going to come from vegetables and fruits. Don't take those powders and supplements. Fruits and vegetables. Now imagine getting enough fiber and seeing an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits. Think about what your life would be like. Awesome. You'd be so happy. You'd feel so healthy and full of chi. And you're just ready to go. You're ready to live every day of your life to the fullest. And if you're not healthy, you can't enjoy life. You can't live it to the fullest. Acupuncture has changed so many lives for the better. So many lives for the better. And so I say it's best to just make acupuncture a part of your life. because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?